Well, what's up, yo? Well, I found one family name on the Epstein list so far. Romneys. Not only that, the interview with the person, they have all the other names blocked out. Well, it wasn't really an interview. It was an anonymous person putting up stuff on excuse me, one of these web channels that you're not supposed to speak of. I don't want to say it in this video just in case, but I'm pretty sure they already know about it. Yeah, the problem is I'm not getting anything off the list at all. We were told about the prince, Andrew. Mm-hmm. That tells you a lot right there. Um, I'm finding out that they were attached to the Bohemian Club. Yeah, even to where on Epstein's Island, they would have those same rituals. They called it plays. And a dude with a bull mask, depending on who it was that time, it would, vary from person to person. But they would wear that mask all night and they would do whatever they wanted. Yeah, you heard what I said. Whatever they wanted. Um, that's the only information I'm getting. And you're right, that could be set up to mislead this, that, and the other. But that's how it gets turned into conspiracies now, don't it? That's what they're doing. They're allowing time to go by. That way, stuff can be let out slowly and they can fuck with it. That way, they can say, oh, well, that was never confirmed. Right. How lazy our government and law enforcement has been here lately. I know, y'all. Yeah, what they did on the Kylie Rodney case, where they were telling adventures with purpose not to look right where the car is at. Oh, we already searched this. You don't have to look here. And that's where the car is, right there. How come these police are allowed to lie and deliberately divert and do shit and they don't get in trouble? What is up with that? It's always the sheriff's office. Why is that? Well, we're going to have to get to the bottom of that. Yeah, other people can jump in too. But just know anything you look up or research, I'm not going to completely believe. I'm going to take it in and say, oh, okay. If it makes sense, I'm going to say how it makes sense. But that doesn't mean I believe it fully. Now, when I get on there and I'm like, yeah, that's it, then there's something I know that showing me that that's it. Yeah. See how well you can hear through the floors? Right. Oh, yeah. Just wanted to point out that because I know you've heard it, and that's what I mean. If me, David, Tiffany, anybody got into physical fights down here, they would have heard every bit of it. Oh, yeah. Just like me talking now, they can hear it. Mm-hmm. Hear how quiet everything is? You can even hear the clicks from the nails. And that's lightly. Anyway, nothing ever happened to my son or Tiffany. She'd get yelled at just like she would yell at and attack me. But it was over serious stuff that was said multiple times. Anyway, sorry, I just had to point that out. Yeah, I made me a smoking contraption and I got the sniffles. Whew. Well, I make it out of a 2-liter bottle and a trash bag and tape. I call it a lung. I've made it since I was little. used to make it out of 3 liters and 2 liters because we all got brave and me and Tony could clear the 2 liter in one hit. So we are stupid. We changed to a 3 liter. Yeah, I haven't found anybody that can clear the 3 liter in one hit. 2. Me and him could do it in 2. But I still think that's only because of me swimming and underwater and holding my breath like I used to. Never had it time, but I know it's a while. Yeah, I know it's over a minute, even with me smoking. I don't know about now. That's what I love to do. Swim the whole perimeter of the bottom of the pool and see how long, see if I can make the whole length with one breath. Sometimes slow. I'd start off fast to see how long it actually was. Then my other trip back, I'd go slower. And then I'd, pop up. If I didn't make it all the way, I'd go back under and keep going until I made it. Then I'd get slower and slower and longer, training my lungs. But anyway, that's what I've got off the Epstein list so far. Maxwell, Glasheen or whatever the hell her name is, Miss Maxwell, she sounds like another Tiffany and Jen type. Attention and spoiled at moments, people trying to make up for the bullshit that they did. You also got to take into account the spirit and the type of the child. Because there's children that, even though that stuff goes on, there's also other things that just because of them, they are like and how they are, right? No, I'm not saying that these people did have, but it's just funny how she targeted men in rooms that had a lot of wealth or all that. And they try and blame it on the fact that, oh, well, she found security in that. No, she wouldn't have. Her whole life, men with money were doing bad things around her. How would she find security in that? That's stupid. I'm starting to think that these two were hand in hand. Just like they say that Beth, I think her name's Beth, the mother, when she was with Miss Maxwell's father, that she was never really seen or heard of. She could have been a freaking drug addict hiding. She could have been the mastermind just sitting back being lazy. We don't know. I'm just saying there's another side that is possible. Now, yeah, she could have been abused and scared. But no, I don't think so. I'm just so tired of seeing things that don't match that. And people go with it just because, oh, well, yeah, I've seen it. Well, yeah, you've seen it, but you haven't seen it turn out exactly like that. Right. But, yeah, they used to go to trailer parks and get teenage girls that were partying, smoking weed, whatever, and tell them that they're going to be masseuses, and they would go. I don't know about that. That might have been a line for some of them. I think it was the offer of the money. Getting paid $250, this, that, whatever a day. $300, whatever they were getting. These people are smart. They know how to, make you think it's a lot of money. And it really ain't shit. That's what keeps you hooked and coming back. Especially when you're a young girl and you come from a poor background. So yeah, they use psychological, I don't know what the hell you want to call them, indifferences, from where people have grown up. Kind of like Maxine, she grew up around money, and I'm pretty sure she grew up around people working for people with money, heard things, seen things. But I wonder who came up with that idea. Well, there's two major people that we know for a fact. Well, for as much fact as we can, we got to check into that. But supposedly this person was a guard of Epstein. Yeah. Started off just transporting stuff, and then they slowly worked from what he says, and if it's completely true, it's the other thing you got to check out. But a lot of the stuff he said that was going to happen happened. Right. And he knows the details behind it. So it's a little weird. But he talks about not having worked for Epstein because Epstein was out of town or something at this time that he worked for him. So he sent him to somebody else, like loaned him to another family, which was the Romneys. Now he says that Mitch was not around and that he never seen him indulge in any of these activities, but the Romney family had some stuff going on. Now we don't know if it was Mitch or not, but I don't know the whole Romney family. You know what I mean? So, but it's just funny how their name's coming up. And I'm not saying they had anything to do with it. They could have been a cool family that just knew Epstein. We don't know yet. But that's one name that come up. Now that all the other names afterwards, even the other two guards, he was trying to keep quiet, and then he, in his writings, says F it, and he lets the name out. Well, the first name, not let. I think they did let out the last name, but they blurred it. Why are they blurring it? But yeah, I told you I was going to check into it, and I'm checking into it. I just think it's funny how these sheriff's office are playing dumb, like they've been, I don't know, doing drugs or something. And, oh, what's that? Oh, is that how I do my job? Really? I didn't know that. If that's the way they're gonna act, what the fuck? We need those people there. Put new ones in that are actually gonna listen. I know. It's like our sheepdogs went to sleep. Hey, hey. Yeah, that they call it an attitude. A little snot-nosed attitude. Nah, I didn't do nothing. Yes, the fuck you do. That's what you're paid for. I don't get it. So for kids and protection, but I don't see kids being protected at all. Even parents. They send them to school. They don't even know what the hell they're subject to. And it takes years for the kids to even explain it to their parent. It normally turns into resentment between the parent and the child before the parent even realizes what really happened to their child. Then you have the parents that don't give a fuck. Or the ones that don't want to listen. Their life is just too busy. Right. Your life's not too busy for your child. And if it is, you need to do something. I used to check on my kids and their situations at school every day, no matter how late I got in. Sometimes I would have to check later in the week because everybody was asleep. And everybody was still asleep when I would leave, so I would leave notes, stuff like that. Sometimes I'd get texts about things, but then again, I don't know if that's all the truth now. Just makes you question a lot of things once you start finding out all these lies. See y'all.